get started. I'm the last guy, but kind of like hearing everyone's stories. Excuse my language, but everyone's kind of badass in their own way, and you guys really inspired me. And hopefully you guys can take stuff from our stories, and hopefully it can work in your lives. So, I'm gonna get started now. It's a true honor to stand before you today as a recipient of the Wilma Rudolph Student Athlete Award. To be mentioned in the same breath as Wilma Rudolph, a woman who overcame childhood polio to become an Olympic champion, is humbling beyond words. There were moments in my own journey where people said, you won't make it back to that level again. In fact, I'll be honest with you, there's times lying in a hospital bed when they ask me for my date of birth, and I quietly think to myself, I wish I wasn't born. I was hurting, I was tired, I was angry. But now standing here, I know with everything in me, there's a reason that I was born. There's a purpose behind my pain. There's a reason I'm speaking to you today. I'm a living testimony of God's strength, of perseverance, and of the power of believing when there's every reason not to. My volleyball journey was anything but ordinary. In high school, I didn't even make varsity volleyball until my junior year. No one thought I could play in college. My senior year was cut short by COVID. I played community college volleyball on a team with just 8 guys, not even enough for full 6-on-6 practices. Still, I believed. I transferred to the University of Charleston only to be ruled ineligible due to transfer rules 3 months in. I couldn't even compete for a starting spot. I entered the transfer portal and committed to FDU. But 2 weeks before arriving, in the summer of 2022, I was diagnosed with rare cancer. From that point on, everything changed. I spent 180 days, half a year, in a hospital bed. I underwent 17 rounds of chemotherapy, 20 rounds of radiation, a major stomach surgery, and 6 months of immune therapy. I finally arrived at FDU in the spring of 2024. I redshirted that year at FDU to get stronger and back into the swing of things. Excited to go back in the summer and really put my hard hat on and get after it, I was devastated to hear that the cancer grew a bit and I needed to resume chemotherapy. So I did. I did monthly chemotherapies while being a full-time student athlete in the 2024-2025 season. I competed at the Division I level this past year while doing 10 rounds of chemotherapy, for a total of 29 rounds of chemotherapy. And through it all, I kept training, I kept praying, I kept working, whether it was in the weight room, on the court, with my nutrition, or just staying mentally strong. I kept going. Because now I know hard work is real, and faith is even more real. My story isn't just for athletes. It's not just for cancer patients. It's for anyone with a dream, a goal, or a fire inside them that says there has to be more. I had every obstacle against me, except for a few things. I never gave up. I had the Lord, I had my family, and I had belief in myself. And that's all I needed. So what's stopping you? What's holding you back? If someone like me, someone who spent more time in a hospital gown than in jerseys, can make it to the Division I level, what's stopping you from chasing your dreams? Don't close the door on opportunity yourself. Go for it. If it closes, fine. At least you tried. But never be the one to lock the door before life has a chance to open it. During the darkest days of chemotherapy, when I was weak, sick, and unsure of what tomorrow would bring, I kept going back to this one quote. It's from my favorite speech, The Man in the Arena, by Theodore Roosevelt. He says, the credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat, and who spends himself in a worthy cause. Who at the best, in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. People ask me, what's my biggest fear? It's not cancer, it's not death, it's not losing. My biggest fear is not reaching my full potential. As an athlete, as a student, as a leader, and as a man of faith. This award may have my name on it, but I share with everyone who ever thought about quitting and didn't. With every family member who who stood by my side, and with God who gave me strength when I had none. My dream is now to work in college athletics and help athletes not just succeed, but build themselves in their purpose and in the power of resilience. I'm blessed now to be going to UCLA, where I'll be studying business law for my master's. All glory to God. I've lived in that arena, dust, sweat, and blood. I've felt all of it, and I'm still here. Not because I'm the strongest or the fastest, but because I never stopped stepping into that arena. And I never will. Thank you to the Wilma Rudolph Award Committee for this amazing award. Thank you, guys.